Hi everyone, John here. Today I want to go through how I go about my day looking at these charts. I'll start off with the S&P 500s. You can see we got a continued series of higher highs and higher lows, staying up above these moving averages. Then I take a quick look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ continues to chart, series of higher highs and higher lows. Then I got the diamonds. Diamonds is also looking strong, right? And then finally look at the Russell. Russell is also staying up above the 200 moving average on the daily chart. So we got these four major indices are going strong. Now, the next thing that I do, I just flip through the Dow 30. I look at the Dow 30 stocks to see how they're performing. Now, I've already reviewed Verizon. I think this is a strong chart. This may pop off. Now, this is not going to be a fast mover. I think that if you can get up to $47, $50 within a couple of months, it'll be great. It's not going to pop off like Nvidia or something like that. It is making a lot of money. It is a profitable company. With something like this, people are not interested in these boring stocks. If you want to hold on to this for long term, collect dividends, sell cover calls, I think that's a great buy. Now Intel, I thought I had a great setup right here. Now that this sell off, so right now I haven't looked at how this particular area has any support. You may not. Let's just flip to the next one. So I want to look for strength, right? We got the Dow trading above these moving averages is going strong. Now looking at Cisco, it's not showing that strength. It's not showing up above this 200 moving average. So I don't do anything with it. Now Dow, taking a quick look at this company, I like this stock. I also talked about this stock a couple days ago. We had that nice three-price relationship. Currently using that as support. The reason why I like it is because we got price trading above these moving averages, right? Got series of higher highs and higher lows. Also, dividend paying stock. Someone, if you want to buy for long term, look at it had to overcome all this downward correction, and it starts to chart with a series of higher lows, getting up above the 200 moving average. Coca-Cola, you can see this chart's a little bit all over the place. I don't really like charts that are looking like this. Maybe some of you do. That's just not me. We got 3M next. 3M, I had a pocket of potential support, right? And it's not playing out. I also had these moving averages. Now, oftentimes you may have a great setup. It's just not playing out, so you just leave it alone. You know that when it pull back below these moving averages on this way back up, it's going to be met with a lot of resistance. Oftentimes, stocks may find their way back up to the upside and it gets battered right back down. So you don't want to fight against all that resistance when you're buying stock for the long term. If you want to find something that's already finding strength, got some steam under its feet, then you'll take a quick look at Verizon that just shows you also Dow. This is how I make decisions from decision to decision. Doesn't matter what chart that I'm looking at. I take a quick look at the overall sector in itself, and I go down through the index, right? We only got 30 stocks here. It's not a lot. Over here, we got Nike. Nike also has a great setup, but you can look at over here, it's trading below the 200 moving average on the daily chart. I need Nike to demonstrate strength, climbing up above with a series of higher highs and higher lows. Disney, we talked about this. In fact, it was a couple days ago, I would say not too many days ago. We were right there before earnings and it popped off, right? So right here, what do? Oftentimes when you have these gaps, they often fill, right? So the next area you want to look at is the potential filling of this gap. And from here, finding a three-price relationship. If you want to splice it into the trade or add to your position in Disney, wait for the formation of this pattern. Merck. Okay, so this one you can see is very extended up to the upside. I'm not doing anything with it. What I like to see is a pullback, a deeper pullback. Now we may have deeper pullbacks such as ones like this, right? This is the deeper pullback, pivot high, pivot low, pivot high. If I get that pullback, bring it right back down to 116. Taking a quick look. What is this pullback over here? This pullback's even deeper, right? 114. So not doing anything with Merck. CVX. All right. So Taking a quick look here, we are still charting with a series of lower highs and lower lows. Now you could build a case for oil for the downside. If I take a quick look at other oil companies, Exxon, see that we are finding some weakness. If I'm looking at this chart on the daily, price is trading with a series of lower highs and lower lows. Now there are people that are looking for shorting opportunities. You can see that, okay, it hit a high over here. Now it's charting with a series of lower highs and lower lows. Now you may be able to find some symmetry resistance. If you find a 3-price relationship right against that 200 moving average, taking a quick look on the hourly chart. Now on the hourly chart, you can see it's finding strength against the 200 moving average on the hourly. So there's going to be a battleground, right? So what you're dealing with is two major moving averages. One, you got the 200 moving average on the hourly chart providing strength, but on the daily chart, which is right here, it's going to be resistance. So on the way back up here, you might be met with resistance, and you're going to be in a ping pong back and forth between these moving averages until it decides what it wants to do. I don't play with charts like this. That's just not me. Some people, they do well with charts like this. That's just not where I play. What else do we have? J&J. J&J is also demonstrating a series of lower highs and lower lows. Okay, something to look into. Now, this is part of the healthcare sector, so you want to look at healthcare as a whole. Procter & Gamble, consumer staples. We talked about this as well. Now, I had a setup right here, right around 153. It never came into this pocket of potential support. So right now, I am not chasing this. This is a pretty shallow pullback. Now, if I were to measure this pullback against this, let's take a quick look. If I were to use this pullback, pivot high, pivot low, pivot high. So it's very, very close. That's a single symmetry support, but it did not even tag. It didn't even tag it, right? So you have to follow through on your setups, making sure that it hits your pocket of potential support from there, giving you a trigger to go long on the 15-minute time frame. Walmart also very extended up these areas. I don't look at charts like this to the upside. I'm not chasing these. You want to wait for a proper pullback. IBM also over here, very, very extended just after earnings. You can see how this chart is starting to gap fill. It had a nice pop to the upside. Now we got a gap right here. You could fill to that 174. We got another gap right here, 167. Now, if we take a quick look at this pullback here, I was looking at this type of pullback, a deeper pullback right here. Since it broke below, we got more downside correction to be had with this chart. Next, we got JP Morgan, Chase. This one is also very extended up to the upside, not doing anything with it. Apple over here, I do have a pocket of potential support. I'm looking at here at that 176. We are trading below this 200 moving average. There's some weakness coming through. You know, I do see some tops coming in here. What you want to do is just be patient with this one. Now, some people, they may take this and they might start shorting it. If it starts to really break down, and then it starts to pull back against that 200 moving average on the daily chart and starts to use it as resistance from here, more downside correction, if I can find that 3-price relationship with a trigger to short on a 15-minute time frame. Honeywell, this one also currently trading nicely above this 200 moving average. This is more of a sideways stock, you know, dividend paying stock, great stock if you want to hold long term. Okay, but not exactly something I want to be participating right now. Then we got Boeing. Now Boeing, this is something we want to just monitor. Right here, it's also kind of trapped. We do have a pocket of potential support. Resistance is on top. It's not finding that strength back to the upside. So we make course correct and downside correction. So American Express, in the same predicament. I was looking for a deeper pullback up here in these levels. I'm not touching it. I'm not going long. Got Travelers right here, very much extended right here. You want to wait for that pullback. We took a look quick at other stocks, right? It had nice pop with that earnings, and now it may come back down. Verizon, okay, also looking for a deeper pullback, such as ones like this. Not going to be chasing these new highs. Amgen, alright, so we are in a pocket of potential support now. We are not finding strength. We're trading above this 200 moving average on the daily, but on the hourly chart, we're trading below, right? So you got to set yourself an alert to make sure that price can get back up above that 200. So we want to find the highest probability charts. That's what we're trying to do. I want to find, if I'm going long, I want to find charts that has the least resistance on top. So you got McDonald's here. McDonald's looking fine just the way that it is. And we also have price trading above on the daily chart, on the 200 moving average on the daily chart, as well as the hourly. Caterpillar, we also just reviewed this chart a couple days ago. I like this chart. Now we're retagging that pocket of potential support, right? It did have that trigger on that 15-minute time frame, but overall this chart is still looking healthy. So you just gotta position size correctly and set your stops. If it goes against you, just cut your losses and go on to the next chart. Home Depot is looking strong at these levels, but on the daily chart, it's quite extended, so I'm looking for a pullback on a chart like this. Goldman's been trading sideways for quite some time. So over here, if I want to go long, I like to see a pullback, preferably against that 200 moving average on the daily chart. Microsoft also extended up these levels, but Tech just has a lot of strength. You can see that over here. Okay, over here we got that pullback, other pullbacks. Trying to see if I can find a three-price relationship. Okay, so we do have a three-price relationship. With this pocket of potential support right now, it hasn't confirmed. What I mean by that is we have Microsoft, okay, they reached a new high and then started to pull back. On the hourly chart, you can see that three-price relationship matches up with that 200 moving average as support. On a 15-minute time frame, what we need is a trigger to go long. So you want to make sure that 8 moving average crosses against that 34 back to the upside. Now, this is a very, very small pullback. Microsoft could have a much deeper pullback, such as ones like this. I'm using some smaller pullbacks, but it is a three-price relationship, and you know how tech performs, right? Tech could just take off. Next, we have United Health Group, and this one is kind of messy, you know, kind of sideways like this. So from mine, looking at the Dow, I'm still looking at Verizon. I still think that this is the best setup, followed by the Dow right here. So these two will be on my radar, something to hold on to the long term if you are just buying stock, selling covered calls, collecting dividends, something like that. So that's what I have. Thanks so much for watching this video. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Hi everyone, John here. I recently put together a PDF on Fibonacci trading. You guys can check out the link in the descriptions below. I'll put it in the comments. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? We go over setups in cryptocurrencies as well as US equities to help you grow your account. Subscribe now and hit that notification button. We look to hearing from you in the comments area.